Welcome to What's That About Podcast, investigative journalism on trending topics with an urban perspective. We also cover some topics that aren't trending if they need to be addressed. Today, we are talking about LA is not safe. Stay tuned and be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And remember, I'm not only your host, I'm also your brother. I am Brother Nice. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. But first and foremost, I want to say rest in peace to the homie PNB Rock, sending much love and healing energy to his whole family. In this video, we're going to talk about LA, the culture, my experiences out there, because at one point I was going back and forth out there. We're also going to talk about what hats that you shouldn't wear when you're in LA. But before we get into any of that, I just want to play this clip from a police officer in LA.
My message to anybody considering coming to Los Angeles, especially during the holiday season, is don't.
A sobering and somewhat terrifying statement from the LA Police Protective League, the union representing LAPD officers. The message coming as a crime wave continues to slam the city and surrounding areas.
We can't guarantee your safety. It is really, really out of control. I said it to people before. It's like that movie Purge. You know, instead of 24 hours to commit your crime, these bad people have 365 days to commit whatever they want.
Now, what that police officer said was crazy to me. Have you ever heard any cop from any city get on TV and say, if you're thinking about coming to our city, don't, because we can't protect you? Huh? Like, you just giving up? Like, where's the fight? You just telling the goons, y'all got it. Like, I live here in New York City and thousands of tourists come here every day. And I'm pretty sure some of them been robbed. But you will never hear a cop or the mayor get on TV and say, don't come to New York City because we can't protect you. Because that would just kill the tourism money. Like, why would you even say that? Even if it was true, why would you get on TV and say that? Just letting the goons know, yo, y'all got it. Now, all of my experiences in LA, I'm blessed. All of my experiences have been good ones. They've been fun, but it's different out there. And I'm going to start with how they treat their women. Like, they'll sock a woman out. Like, here on the East Coast, if it's violence between a man and a woman, it's normally domestic, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife. Like, here on the East Coast, if a dude gets into an argument on the street with a woman he don't know, and if it turn up and if it gets disrespectful, most likely the dude gonna be like, yo, go get your man or go get your brother. In LA, they're gonna sock a chick right out. I got a homegirl out there. She from Watts, and she told me she's been punched in her face just because the dude wanted her number and she ain't want to talk to him. And she got wild brothers. I'm like, yo, why you didn't go get one of your brothers? And she told me, she said, Nice, if I go get one of my brothers, somebody gonna die. It might be the other dudes. It might be one of my brothers, but somebody's definitely going to die. So she'll just hold that and handle it herself, you know? Now, this is something I witnessed with my own 2 eyes out there. One time I'm out there for New Year's Eve. We go to a club, had a great time. The club shut down at 2. So now we headed to the Afties. Now, for anyone who don't know what the Afties is, that's short for after hours. That's the spots out there that open like from 4 o'clock. They open from like 4 a.m. to probably like 8 a.m. You know what I mean? It's the after hours spot. So now we get to the after hours spot and it's New Year's Eve. So, you know, they doing it big. You got to buy bottles, get a table to get in. So we outside the spot. We waiting for my man. His people's coming. They getting a table. They buying wild bottles. So we outside waiting. So it's this lady outside with a clipboard. I guess it's the guest list or the VIP list or whatever. It's this big dude. He probably like 6'4", 300. He arguing with her like, yo, I come here every week. Y'all gonna act new because it's New Year's Eve? So, you know, she ain't want to argue with him, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So then he starts yelling like, yo, I got a bunch of niggas from 6'0" and some MMA fighters. We gonna turn this bitch out if you don't let us in. So she ain't want to argue. She turns her back. Next thing you hear is boom. He slapped on the top of her head and she went through the earth. I'm like, wow. Now, security, they surround the dude, but dude is so big, security scared to rush him. They all looking at each other like, you first. You know what I mean? Nobody doing nothing. They just looking at him, you know what I'm saying? So while this is going on, my man tapped me like, yo, Nice, let's sneak in. So we go to sneak in the club, but we can't find the right door to get in. So we go around, I think it was the back, couldn't find no door. When we coming back around the front, dude is coming towards me. Like I said, dude like 6'4", 300 on demon time. I see him. I look to the right. Thank God it was a door open. Boom. Me and my man, we get right in the club. So we get in the club. It's popping. But now our whole vibe is killed. Like, I'm going to be honest, I never seen a woman get hit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it was the alcohol or just me witnessing a woman get hit like that, but my stomach was feeling different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was starting to feel sick. So now me and my man look at each other. We like, yo, we don't even feel like partying no more. So we're like, yo, let's break out. Me and my man leave. When we leave, we run into the entourage of dudes that we was waiting, that was coming to, to buy the table. So they see us, they're like, yo, where y'all going? We like, man, this dude just smacked this woman to the ground. Like, we don't even feel like partying. Yo, I will never forget this. The dude looked at me like this, and he just started shaking his head. This is how he was looking at me. He was like, so? I was like, oh, wow. LA is definitely on a different type of time, man. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to be honest. Most of the times when I was out in LA, I would stay in Hollywood because that's where all the clubs were. That's where all the writers, directors, and actors would stay. And it was just like this creative energy that I liked. And if you're a creative person, as soon as you get to Hollywood, you're just going to feel that energy. You know what I mean? But now I got a cousin that lives in West LA. He used to always be mad at me like, how come every time you come out here nice, you stay in Hollywood? That's what he would call it. But I would be out there because it's lit. But even in Hollywood, it could still pop off. One night, me and my homie, we go to a club. You know what I mean? Had a great time. Party done. Now we outside, parking lot pimping. I see this dude staring at my homie. So he looking at his hat. Then he walked, and fellas, this is what I'm trying to tell you. You got to be careful which hat you wear out there. And I'm going to talk about this more later on in the video. But anyway, we in the parking lot. The dude, he's staring at my homie. Then he walks up looking at the hat that my homie got on. Now, my homie got on an Oakland Raiders hat. You wouldn't think no big deal. You know what I'm saying? We in LA. The Raiders, they playing in Oakland. So you look at my man, then he said, yo, where you from? Now, he didn't say it on no gangster, or he wasn't like aggressive with it, but I still felt this energy. So I stepped in like, nah, that's my man. He from New York. He said, oh, I seen that Raiders hat. I thought he's from Long Beach. So I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? So it wasn't nothing crazy. Like my man, like it could have been crazy because my man could have said something slick back, but he didn't. So I called my cuz later on at night. I said, yo, cuz, what gang in Long Beach wear Raiders hats? He said, oh, that's Insane Crip. So basically, dude was trying to press my man to find out if he was down with the Insane Crips. That's crazy, right? Now, before I get more into this video, my cousin LA, he got a homie by the name of Yellow Hill, and he got a song called LA Is Not Safe. I'm going to play about a minute and a half of it, and y'all let me know what y'all think. And I'm going to play it because I think it's relevant to this video.
Crime is way up and claiming victims here in Los Angeles at a rate we haven't seen in decades. Already this year, at least 143 people have been murdered. Hundreds more have been shot. Our investigative reporter Eric Leonard has been tracking this alarming trend and what's behind it.
I came in this bitch with my soul on my sleeve. Baby gangster put me on because he knew I was a beast. A lot of niggas hated on me. I was light-skinned at 3 till they found out I was crazy and I always kept the peace. Fuck a image, nigga, fuck rap. In LA, we do the button-down flannels, no Chanel bag. 6'4", no Hellcat. It was me and Tiny Lefty in the alley, I know he felt that. Rest in peace to homies that we lost, for real. LA is not safe and all this cap to get you killed. Green Bay happened, we was in a different field. Could've stayed up in the streets, but niggas found a different skill. Keep it spit up on a nigga like I'm Will. Streets told me to go harder, but my mama told me chill. Ain't no nigga really feeling like I feel. Imagine seeing your closest homie go to court and start to squeal, nigga. Kill niggas, by the builder, I'ma drill niggas. I got some game for broken souls, I can heal niggas. And every time they play my songs, chills, nigga. Fuck your music, I don't never really LA is not safe. LA is for the gang. LA is not safe, nigga. LA is for the gangsters. LA is for the gang members. LA is not safe, nigga. LA is for the gang members. LA is not safe. And if you thinking about taking a trip, think twice. Blue and red rags every time you hit a light. Extort you out your pockets if you thinking shit is light. Learn to read a book, but first we learn to fucking fight. You either neighborhood or gangster. Down more south side, riding through the city with the pipe in the dark side.
Whoa, I'm stopping right there. I can't give y'all the whole song, but if y'all feeling what y'all hearing, make sure y'all go to YouTube, give him a sub, go to IG, give him a follow. That's the homie Yellow Hill. Now, another thing I can tell you about LA is that LA has the best weed in the world. Yes, in the world. Now, I've been to Amsterdam, so I can say that. Amsterdam has some good weed, but the weed in Cali is even better. Now, I'm pretty sure LA has some nice restaurants too. I can't really tell you where they at. Y'all gonna laugh because every time I go to LA, my homegirl, she be trying to take me to these fancy restaurants. I'm like, nah, all I want is Roscoe's and Jack in the Box. She be mad at me like, why you want this ghetto ass food? Now, if you don't know what Jack in the Box is, Jack in the Box is basically like a McDonald's, but it's better. Like, you know how you go to McDonald's, you might get a quarter pound or whatever, and it's already made. It's been sitting up there under the heat lamp. Nah, Jack in the Box, it seems like they don't make your food until you order it. Like, the lettuce is always extra crispy. Like, I know it's ghetto, but, you know, that's my spot. And you already know what Roscoe's is. Roscoe's is already hitting, you know what I mean? But I've been to a fancy restaurant in LA like one time, and it wasn't intentionally. Like, I was out there with my homie Cheo. He was managing Fabulous at the time. Shout out to Fab. And we went to this restaurant called the Katana. It's on Sunset Boulevard. Now, picture this now. I'm sitting at the table with a bunch of industry folks, you know what I'm saying? Artists and managers, and everybody's eating with chopsticks. So I'm trying to fit in, you know, I'm in LA, I'm trying to do the industry thing. So I'm trying to eat with chopsticks, but I can't get no food in my mouth because every time I pick up the food and the chopsticks, the food just kept falling out. And my homie Cheo seen me, so he just looked at me and said, "Oh, nice. It's okay. You can eat with a fork if you want." I was like, "Oh, cool." And I just ate with a fork. But, you know, that's my one time ever eating at a fancy restaurant in LA. You know what I'm saying? Now, speaking of food and restaurants, the broski, Watts Homie Quan, made a video called The Most Dangerous Spots to Eat at in LA. Now, the crazy part is I was told that all these spots got some banging food, but they're in dangerous neighborhoods. So you're going to have to make a life decision. Great food or safety. Stay dangerous.
Dangerous food spots in LA. East Side Edition. Hawkins and Watts. Damn, that burger look fire, blood. Warning, no one was harmed during this video.
Skip. Hey, on the set, my shit better be ready.
Bobo's Burger.
Hey, what's up, cuz? Where you from? Nigga, where you from? Hey, what you reaching for, cuz? Oh, shit! Hey, watch out!
Taco Pete's. Oh, shit. Man, go to the next one.
On me, that's him. Hey, pass me the blammer, cuz.
Watts Burger. Any Tam's Burger.
Roscoe's on Main.
Taco Mama. A&T Burgers. The Fish Factory on Century and Avalon. So basically, if you order from any of these spots, send your girl in and keep the car running.
Alright. Yeah, this has been talking. I love y'all.
That's the bro, Watts Homie Quan. Now, if you ever want to get an idea what it's like to live in LA, like in the hood, make sure you follow his videos, man, because all of his comedy is based around gangbanging. And he shows how you don't have to be in no gang at all, but if you live in certain parts of LA, you still got to maneuver through that. You might want to go shopping at a certain store to get a pair of sneakers or something, but that store is in a blood neighborhood or in a Crip neighborhood. So when you go, you still got to maneuver through that, and they might bang on you, ask you where you from, what you claiming. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, at one point it's sad, but it's kind of funny too, the way that he does it. You know what I mean? Now, the crazy part is that in the video that he just made about the most dangerous food spots to eat at, you see he named Roscoe's on Main. Now, that's the location that PNB Rock was killed at. Rest in peace to the homie again. So I want to say this to you, fellas. Most women aren't street smart, and that's not their job. That's our job. We're the protectors. You know what I mean? Like, you can't expect women to be street smart because most women aren't. I mean, academically, they're geniuses. But when it comes to street smarts, nah, don't rely on that. And like I said, that's not their job. Like, you might be out with your girl and you might get mad at her because she don't see what's going on. Like, you're like, yo, you don't see that dude reaching under his hoodie, or you don't see this dude clutching, you don't see this dude is looking at us, and they'll be totally oblivious to all of that because most women, they don't think like that. But once again, that's not their job. It's our job. You know, we're the protectors. And I'm going to keep it a buck with you. You really don't you really don't want a woman that's street smart, because if a woman is really street smart, that means she's in the streets, which means she's probably out there finessing. Now you got to watch her to make sure she don't finesse you. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I bring that up is because after PNB Rock got killed, a lot of people blamed his girl. You know what I mean? They was dragging her on the internet saying, yo, why would you post the location? And like I said, you see in the video, it was already named one of the most dangerous spots. So I don't think her posting the location had anything to do with him getting killed. You know, it could have been a waiter. It could have been somebody in the parking lot that, you know what I mean, made a phone call, sent a text like, yo, son up in here with a lot of jewelry. You know what I mean? It could have went down like that. But ladies, let me say this to you. I know when, you know, your man take you out on a nice date or whatever, you know, you want to show your friends, oh, your man is treating you right. You want to post pics and the location. All that's cool. But how about you do it after y'all leave? You know, especially if you dating a man with a couple dollars or got influence, or if your man just got a lot of enemies. You never know. So if you want to post the pics in a location, cool. But do it after you leave. I think that's a much safer way to do it. Now, another thing I want to say about LA is the hood is so beautiful, it could really rock you to sleep. Like, look at my green screen. That's actually a picture of South Central. That's the same neighborhood where Boys in the Hood was made at. It don't look like the hood, right? Tall palm trees, nice houses, well manicured lawns, but drive-bys done took place all up and through them blocks right there. But you would never know it just by looking at it. You know what I mean? Now let's talk about hats that you probably shouldn't wear when you're in LA. And we're going to start with the two most dangerous hats that you could possibly ever wear. And that's the Seattle Mariners and the Houston Astros. Now you might say, why are these the two most dangerous hats? Because both of these hats right here are worn by two of the most hated gangs in all of LA. The 6-0 Crips and the Hoovers. Now, I'm not really for sure why the 6-0 Crips are the most hated. I think because they're one of the biggest gangs in LA. But I know why the Hoovers are the most hated. The Hoovers bang on blood and they bang on Crip. They're like outlaws. They don't really rock or get along with nobody. So these two hats right here are two hats you definitely don't want to wear when you're in LA. And these are some other hats that you might not want to wear when you're in LA. Now, don't let any of this discourage you from going to LA. I still believe you can go to LA and have a great time. You just got to watch how you move, you know what I mean, and the people you around. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't been to LA since the pandemic. The last time I was out there was for Nipsey's funeral. Rest in peace to Nip. I think that was like 2019. Here goes some of the pics from the last time I was out there. That's Nipsey's OG, Cowboy. That's Debo. Matter of fact, rest in peace to Debo. And that's my cousin, G. Corleone from West LA. Make sure y'all give him a follow, too. He dropping a project next month. My cousin got some heat. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. My friends that live in LA, they told me that since the pandemic, it really hasn't been the same. They said the clubs really don't pop like that and the whole vibe kind of been off. But I'm still going back out there because I love that Cali sunshine, man. That sun in Cali, it hit different. And I told you the weed is bomb. So when I go back out there, I'm in the sun, I'm hitting the dispensary, I'm hitting Roscoe's, and I'm hitting Jack in the Box. It's still going to be a great vacation for me. But I ain't going to front. The Roscoe's I'll be going to is in Hollywood. That's the one on Gower. But hey, I want to thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And remember, I'm not only your host, I'm also your brother. I am Brother Nice.